groups, find someone to do lunch with. The nice thing about this location for the conference is we are right above an amazing set of restaurants. So the best thing to do is to the right of this room, where you see the massage chairs, there's an escalator that goes down to the middle of the mall. So you got lots of great eating there. You got one of the best soup dumpling restaurants in Asia. In Din Tai Fung, you've got Japanese, you've got all kinds of things. So we can talk about that a little bit later, but your lunch options are incredible right below us. And I encourage you to find a partner or a group to eat. I'm a big fan of the Din Tai Fung soup dumplings. There's Genki sushi for conveyor belt sushi. There's all kinds of things down there. And there's also Don Don Donki. Is that the name of the place? The Japanese place. Tons of sushi there as well. Robert, are we ready with video?
Sounds like it.
Sounds like it. Okay, maybe you'll send the YouTube link out to the Telegram Hackathon or Hackathon channel?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
Excellent. Great. So, yes, Andy. Yes, good question. Free Wi-Fi. Is everyone on it? It should be the Suntec or free Wi-Fi at Suntec. And no? Oh, yes. Sorry, I should be in front of the camera here. Yeah, so free Wi-Fi at Suntec. This Wi-Fi has been used for much bigger conferences than ours, so the Wi-Fi should hold up very nicely. Yeah, so free Wi-Fi at Suntec. Can you hear? Good. Any other questions before we get started? So we have Wi-Fi, lunch and meal options downstairs, water dispensers back there, and all around the conference space. And then everything that we'll be doing in the conference will either be in this hallway or upstairs one level is the big plenary hall, where we'll have posters and lunch and banquet tables. But pretty much everything will be in this hallway that we have right here. All right. We ready to go, Robert, you think?
Yeah.
Okay, Slavina, I'm going to come up here. All right. Thanks for joining us. The Wikipedia entry for Hackathon says, get ready. Hackathon is a portmanteau of hacking and marathon in an event where people engage in rapid and collaborative engineering over a relatively short period of time. They are often run using agile software development practices. You can open the door back there if you want to make sure people know we're in here.
There's someone at the door.
Oh, is there? Okay. Such as sprint-like design wherein computer programs and other involved in software development, including graphic designers, interface designers, product managers, project managers, domain experts, and others collaborate intensely on engineering projects such as software engineering. So I read this because one hackathon project might be to rewrite the lead of the hackathon article in Wikipedia, depending on your language. So there's one task for you right there. So thanks you everyone for being here for one of the opening events we're having at Wikimania. I'm Andrew Lee, one of the folks on the Wikimania steering committee and helping this year. And Slavina, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm a software engineer with the developer experience team at the foundation. And I have been helping organize the technology track at Wikimania this year, and mainly this hackathon.
Great. Thank you. Slavina and a lot of the volunteers in this room are the ones responsible for all the intense planning for this. So thank you very much. We have at least 5 scholarship recipients for this year's Wikimania that are dedicated to working on hackathon and other technical projects here. So I'm just going to give you a quick introduction, but handing it off to Slavina to talk about the details of today. So I think a very quick kind of 30-second overview of this is some of you might have been to a hackathon before or might not have been, but we're doing something a little bit different this year. So you'll notice the t-shirts that Slavina and I, let's go to the video. The t-shirts Slavina, myself, Robert, and other folks have are from the Athens hackathon that happened earlier this year. And that is kind of a new model where that hackathon where people flew into Athens is more for experienced developers and technical folks in our movement. And the Wikimania Hackathon is meant to now be much more inclusive for newcomers, people who've never been to a hackathon and want to try different things, not necessarily coding or software engineering. And we are absolutely thrilled to be able to support multiple modes of hacking and working with Wikimedia content. So these are the t-shirts that we had from Athens. But the hackathon here at Wikimania, we want to have be very beginner-friendly and multiple on-ramps to contribute to the Wikimedia projects. So that is the distinction we're making in 2023, where it's not just a hackathon here or there, but the Wikimania Hackathon has that specific mission. So let's tell you a little bit about the hackathon that we have lined up for you today. And let's give you over to, I'll tell you this one and I'll give you to Slavina. So the main way that we track content on the hackathon is through Fabricator, and we're going to have a whole tutorial on this, and Slavina can show you later. But if you go to this wiki link here, w.wiki/7, capital F, lowercase e, capital W, that will bring you to the Fabricator workboard, and we encourage you to look at that or to file your own projects there so we can track them and get to know each other there. We also have two other things to tell you about the Telegram channel. If you're not already on the Telegram channel, this is the general hackathon channel that we've used in Athens and other places. It's a really nice, lively community there, not just for this hackathon, but for hackathons in general. And then we also have two other Wikimania-specific Telegram channels, Wikimania Chat and Wikimania Social, which is more for, you know, meetups and other types of advice that are not in the main channel there. So I know not everyone's a big fan of Telegram, but traditionally we've used Telegram at our conferences because it's very mobile friendly, and when people are out and about trying to meet up and do things, Telegram is the most convenient way to do it. It's not an endorsement of the platform, but it's just the one that we tend to use during events. So yeah, let me give it to Slavina, and she can talk more about the event.
Okay, hi again, everyone. So I'm going to walk you through some of the more kind of practical information about what's going to happen over the next 5 days. So we are here right now in room 308 in Suntec. Sorry, this is 309. And the main hacking space, though, the room where people are going to be sitting, you know, around round tables and collaborating during these 5 days, that is next door, so 308. And we have a few breakout rooms for sessions and workshops. We're going to see more about that later. And then Suntec is open until 7 p.m. And there will be some after-hours hacking at the Village Hotel. That is only Thursday and Friday, though. We're going to come back with more details about exactly where and when it's open. But that's a possibility because we know that some hackathon participants like to stay into the late hours. Unfortunately, it's not going to be here at Suntec, but there will be space for this. We have a help desk that's going to be outside the main hacking space, so 308. That's going to be manned at all times. So a little bit more of that later, as well as a quiet room if you feel that all the bustling activity of Wikimania gets to be too much, or you're jet lagged, or just anything at all. This is a nice space to just relax.
I don't know. Oh, it's just right arrow. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So the quiet room is on the 4th floor. It's next to the plenary hall. We're going to put the slides up on the wiki later, so if you want to check back, it's all going to be there. So yeah, as I mentioned, the help desk outside room 308. There are no stupid questions. Anything you need help with. If you need, you want to connect with someone, you don't know who this person is, that person at the help desk may, refer you to the right person even if they don't know. So yeah, one important thing is trust and safety. So this is a friendly space where everyone is welcome, and this is formalized in the friendly space policy. And do not hesitate to escalate unacceptable behavior. The Wikimedia Foundation TNS team are going to be present here. If you don't know where to find them, you can go to our help desk. They will help you. Or if you are on Telegram, just don't hesitate to send a private message to one of the hackathon organizers, and we will help you out. Okay, so I'm not gonna read this. You can check back later. I think this goes without saying. No harassment will be accepted for any reason. So yeah, now I'm going to be talking a bit about the hackathon format of this year. As you may know, the hackathon at Wikimania has been like a pre-conference event, just like during the first 2 days before the actual Wikimania starts. This is going to be a bit different this year. We're going to have activities throughout all of the 5 days. And as Andrew mentioned, we have a newcomer-friendly track this year. Gopa is going to introduce you to this a little bit later. And then for people who are more used to like the usual unconference track where you can find a space to have a session at any time, then we have this as well. And all of this is on the schedule, so there's a link later. Gopa, are you here? Yeah, so Gopa is going to talk about the newcomer track. There's going to be some mentoring, and as well as project matching and some sessions as well. Hi everyone, good morning.
Morning.
I'm Gopa. My username is Gopa Vasant at Wikimedia sites. So we have dedicated newcomer track for our Wikimania Hackathon. So all the newcomers who are new to the hackathons and want to find out the projects to hack on, we believe like everyone here, the Wikimedians, or mentors as well as mentees. So how many of you agree with me with this? Great, awesome. So we have dedicated sessions for finding a project as well as finding a mentor who are willing to share knowledge, as well as the mentees who are willing to learn from the experienced people over here. So this is newcomer orientation session, which is taken by Slovenia as well as Dreamizers. Sorry? Yeah. Okay, great. So yeah, feel free to check out the fabricator sites as well as the hackathon schedule over here. We have dedicated rooms for each of the specific topics. So please do check out the sessions that we have it in place. So one is dedicated to mentor matching session, which will be happening in 311 room around 11:45 to 12:15. And after that, we will be having a dedicated session on project finding session, where the people who has projects in mind and the people who wants to work on the projects to figure out what's happening around, this is the place for you to attend. If you can go to the slide. Yes, as we already discussed, there's a specific session for the mentor matching program to find the people with a similar interest, go to them, talk to them, figure out the people who are already experienced in specific areas. So yes, feel free to reach out to any one of us if you have any questions or requires any help. Thank you. Thank you, Gopa. Could we go back to the slide? Can
You want to take a look?
Yeah, I missed this point. We also have a mentoring page in the Wikimania wiki. So feel free to add your usernames in the interest area about yourself, so people know about you. They can reach out to you, find about you, and then talk to you about your interest. So yeah, please do take out the look at this page. Thank you. Okay, so about the unconference. So this is somewhere where you can schedule a session at any time. There is no deadline for scheduling a session. You don't have to ask someone for permission. You just have to go to the link there. And there are guidelines on how to add your session. So basically you have to add it to the schedule. You have to create a fabricator task. If you don't know how to do it, reach out to someone, ask at the help desk, or You can also attend a dedicated intro to Fabricator after the lunch break. So yeah, basically there is a little bit of, you can copy-paste the thing that you need to put in the Fabricator task. And then, of course, feel free to use the hackathon channels to announce your session and get people to go there. So if we could get the... yeah, just one thing. We do not have a breakout room other than for the newcomer workshops tomorrow. So there is no unconference tomorrow, but there is unconference on all the other days. Okay, a little bit about the schedule. So right now we're at the opening ceremony. And then after the morning break, there is the poster creation session. So if you know what you want to work on and you want to propose this to other people, that is the place to be. Then if you are a newcomer, we have a newcomer orientation at the same time, because we imagine that you will not be creating any posters, but if you still want to create a poster, there will be supplies to do so, and you can then put it up together with the other ones. After this, and this is for everyone, there will be the mentor matching that Gopa mentioned, that's at 11:45. And right after this, we have a team formation or project pitching. That's at 12:15, just before lunch. Yeah, so Andrew mentioned that lunch today is on your own. So Suntec is full of possibilities. So then after lunch we have the newcomer problem. Newcomers are not a problem. We love newcomers, I promise. So the newcomer friendly sessions, they start in rooms 310 and 311. And we finish off the day with a visit to the botanical gardens. For those of you who have signed up, we have Henrik who will present this. Okay, let's see tomorrow. Oh, you added some Tuesday lunch. Okay, that's great. Yeah, so as I mentioned, tomorrow there is no conference, so there's just the workshop for newcomers. So that's from 9 o'clock to 4:30. Because after that, we are all going to go to the Wikimania formal opening ceremony. So Thursday and Friday we have a conference, and then on Saturday we have a conference in the morning, and then we have the hackathon closing and showcase after lunch. And yeah, so showcase, the way it's going to work, it's similar the way it worked in Athens if you were there. So basically 2 minutes per project. Everyone has to add their sessions to a shared slide deck. And then we're not going to do any live demos because that tends to get a little bit messy sometimes. We encourage everyone to do a screencast or recording and then play it during the presentation. So everyone will get to go up and talk about the project, but just please have everything ready so you don't need to do anything live. Some more instructions about this will be posted to the schedule ahead of time. And now we have Onyeti. She's going to say a few words about volunteering.
Okay, hi everyone, good morning. My name Alright. My name is Onyinye. Don't worry, I've been told it's a mouthful, but it's actually Onyinye. Just show me. Onyinye. See? Very easy. Alright. So as you know, it takes a village to organize an event and make it a success. So we also want to have volunteers to support with the hackathon. And we have various tasks. So it goes from logistics to announcements, blogging, documentation, photography, and then the help desk. I would call out those who would be supporting on this, and you can just wave so you know who you're working with if you want to volunteer. For logistics, we have Robert, present. For announcements, we have Khadija. Don't worry, I'm standing in for her for now. For blogging, we have Moxen, present. For documentation, we have Joris, present. For photography, we have Omar. Once again, filling in for Omar, thank you. And then for help desk, we have Henrik present. We also have a fabricator workboard that details out everything that you're supposed to do. Don't worry, it's not too much work. Just volunteering at the capacity you can afford to during the 3 days. And if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or compliments, let me know. Thank you.
Henrik. Okay, so Henrik is going to introduce you to the Botanic Gardens design details.
Hi, I'm Henrik. I'm going to explain a little bit more about the visit later on to the botanical gardens. So, what is this event? This event is basically some sort of social event for all the hackathon participants, because there's a stereotype that hackers are just working alone and doing all this stuff alone. But we can use this event to greet each other and make some more social connections. So how do we get there is actually not difficult. We can take the MRT, public transport, and because Suntec is very well connected to MRT stations, we can take the MRT station Esplanade and go directly to Botanic Gardens. And because we are taking public transport, we need to pay with either EasyLink card or some cards. Other cards are also accepted. I think scholarship recipients are issued with your Nets card. I think that's also accepted. So what do we do there? So we have some suggested activities, but feel free to just roam around and do whatever you want there. I have plans for a photography treasure hunt, which details will be released on Wiki later on. But the main thing I would like you all to do is to take pictures of the flowers and all the plants there, because we are lacking a lot of those pictures in Commons. Yeah, so upload those pictures to Commons, and then at the end of the day, we'll gather back and go to a hawker center, which is like a food court nearby, to have dinner together. So the details are all on the wiki. Don't worry about all these details. It's all on the wiki. And the plan now is that we will take Esplanade MRT and we go to Botanic Gardens MRT. I think it will involve line transfer, but don't worry too much. We'll guide you there. Yeah. Next is, yeah. So what to do is basically, yes, you have questions?
Are you still, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So what to do if you want to join is basically just to gather beside the Hackathon Hub desk outside room 308 around 4:15, and we'll depart on time at 4:30 p.m. Yeah. And the next one is that around 6:45 we gather back at the entrance of the Botanical Gardens. There are a lot of entrances, but we'll meet back at the entrance nearest to the Botanic Gardens MRT station. And at 7 p.m. we'll go to Adam Road Food Center, and we'll have dinner there. Yeah. Do you have questions?
Yeah, I saw that there was a place where people could register interest in going to this. If you didn't sign there, you can still go? Or?
Yeah, you can still go. You can still go. All right. Any other questions? Yeah, if not, then I'll hand the mic back to Andrew. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, and that's all we really want to tell you about for today, because I know there's a lot of information to take in, and we're happy to answer any questions, but I think the most important thing is for this morning, after this session, you're going to do one of two things, or you can just start hacking if you want, but the main thing here is the poster creation session, which if you've been to some of our hackathons before, what we typically do at a more experienced hackathon is we actually have a lot of people come up and they just do like a 1-minute pitch of like, here's what I want to work on, here's what I'm interested. Instead of that, that is what we're doing with the poster creation session, right, Slavina? So this is giving you a little more time to think about, you know, a question, a problem, or you might have a solution, you might want to work on something with someone else. and to put that down on a poster. This literally is, we have marker posters, right? We'll have supplies, or if you're more comfortable doing it online, you can do it in Google Docs, you can use any tool that you want. But the idea here, Slovena, is that we're going to have these posters, you can take a picture of it, and we're going to have a gallery of all these posters, right? And then that's an easier way for people to browse through the different posters or project ideas that people have, rather than having to listen to 1-minute pitches. That's a lot of information very quickly. But the idea is with the posters, you have more time to look over what people are interested in working on. And then that's a way that you can either find someone who's working in the same area, or you might want to talk to someone that way. All right. Anything else to add to the poster session, Slovena? It'll be next door in 310, and it's about an hour or 45 minutes. Okay. Oh, 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah,
And
30
then
minutes.
there is the actual project matching session
Right.
a bit later, where people can then do the actual pitch of the project.
Right. Right. Does that make sense to everyone? So,
Say it into the mic.
I'm sorry?
Could you say that back into the mic?
Oh, okay. Then later on, there will be a matching session or a pitching session, right, Sabina? Okay.
Yeah, it's called team formation. The hackathon. Yeah, 12:15.
Right here. Yeah, hackathon project team formation right there, matching session. Okay, does that make sense to folks? Of course, if you can also just work on your own. So the other thing that we want to make sure you know is that room next door, is it still working? Yeah. 308 is the room that's going to be the entire Wikimania. Nothing is planned in that room. That's your working room that you can use. That has the most plugs. In fact, it's the only room that has tons of plugs. The rest of the rooms around here have some plugs, but that has a power strip at every table.
What room is that?
I'm sorry?
What room is that?
308. Yeah, right next door there. We'll have Kenrick. Where's Kenrick?
Yeah.
Oh, there. He'll be, not all the time, but he'll be out there as a help desk, and that will be the room where you can work anytime you want throughout the whole conference. Right. Anything else to add to that? So 308 is that permanent room for the rest of the conference. The quiet room is upstairs. And I think that's mostly it for now, right? So, want to make sure there's time for any questions from folks. So, no, hackathons can be a little bit intimidating because it's not like a rigid, here's what you do next. There's things that you can do. You can pitch multiple ideas too, right? If you want, make 1 or 2 or 3 posters in case you want to work on like Wikidata or you want to learn Commons. So, feel free to put those things out there. So, that's going to start at 11:15? No.
Poster creation.
Poster creation. 11:15, right. So you have a little break before we do that, or you can start thinking about it and working on that already. Any other questions from folks? Yes?
So which room's the poster room and which one's the newcomer orientation session? The room numbers?
Ah, that's a good point. It's off the top there. Yes?
Thank you.
Yep, so 310 is the poster creation, and then 311 is a newcomer orientation session. Okay. Great. All right, thanks so much. If you have any questions, help desk, Kenrick, or other folks, we're happy to answer any questions that you have. Again, not just for this, but also for the Botanical Garden, I highly suggest you have Telegram and you're in those groups, because if you're ever separated, we can contact each other through Telegram while we're in the subways and everything. Yes?
I'm not sure if you mentioned, but I think the Telegram group is bridged to IRC, so if anyone prefers that, maybe you might.
The main hackathon channel is
Yes, good point. That's right.
on IRC.
That's a great point. So the hackathon is bridged over to the IRC channel for hackathon. So if you're more a fan of IRC, then those messages will go back and forth. Great point. Okay, great. So take a little break. 11:15, either in 310 for poster creation or 311 for newcomer orientation session. All right, great. Have a great hackathon and see you at 11:15.
Yeah, so it's great.